Star money draped in gold, we sippin' on success. Diamonds make moves, icy wrists stay fresh. Dating lights flicker, shadows of the best. Click rolling deep, never failing, no test. I'm the man, star money's glow. Diamonds dance, watch them show. Click together, never solo. Ohio's finest, let them know. OVO.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
So, like I say, every time I say it, everything we do it on God. Everything I do it on God. When I do with these two crazy motherfuckers, do it on God. Young Money, Bad News, Coast C of Star Money Click, No One Rap in the World, BMC for Life, and the legendary album is coming very soon. 1/5 of the Coast C of Star Money Click, No One Producer in the World. Owns the Punish Me Vodka we drink every time we do our show. Mountaintop streaming right now. Jimmy 2 times, my brother from another mother. 49er fan, Heat fan, Sooner fan, and he was definitely wrong about Sam Darnold. And I told him this shit last year. This is the All God Podcast. We in this bitch. All right, so we're gonna go back because we didn't get to discuss this. Todd, you got something on like a TV or something?
Not me.
What's that?
I got nothing on. It's quiet as hell over here. I don't have anything on.
So
only thing going on in my house is the furnace.
That's probably what I'm hearing. So, college football championship. We never got to discuss it. We're discussing it now. Indiana wins 27-21. They complete the perfect season, 16-0. First title in NCAA history in football. Beat the mighty Miami Hurricanes, who, if you watch the game and you watch the playoffs, if they didn't pay the referees, I don't know who the fuck did. It must have been Michael Irvin or Ray Lewis or one of the motherfuckers. These motherfuckers was getting called.
The Rock did it.
Bruh, it was crazy shit going on. Feel about Indiana's season. Was it the best college football run you've seen in the past 5 years?
I would say the Ohio State run last year in the playoffs was the best run I've seen. But I think start to finish, the Indiana did what they were supposed to do, man. They didn't look great at times, but they won games. Mendoza did what he had to do. He played like a boss, like he's going to be the number one pick. And their coach, man, I don't know what that guy's got them drinking, but he took a bunch of 2- and 3-star athletes and turned them into national champs. So, I mean, good for them. But it's not the most impressive run I've seen.
2 times, what you think?
Not the most impressive. The most impressive I've ever seen is my last national championship where we went from 25 to number 1 and beat Florida State 14-2. But I was impressed by them, in general, because like we talked about before, they're not going anywhere. Now they've come to the relevancy stage of college football. So I think now with the Big Ten, and I think now the channels like ESPN and them that kind of hate on the Big Ten and always want to do SEC stuff or have favoritism toward the SEC, Indiana helps Ohio State bring more relevance and more importance to the Big Ten, which they don't really need, but apparently according to the outlets like them, they kind of need it. The Big Ten is now what the SEC has been over the last several years when it comes to just delivering very solid teams and championship-worthy performances. I do look forward to seeing an Indiana and Ohio battle of the border every year now, even if they don't play on the schedule, but possibly in the playoffs on a year-to-year basis. Because what we do need as sports fans, we do need solid teams, consistent teams, not bullshit teams that, oh, yeah, Penn State, and then Penn State don't go anywhere. Oh, yeah, we got Michigan State, and Michigan State don't go anywhere. So we need more solid teams, especially in these conferences that we know we could be like, oh, they playing who? Oh, yeah, they're going to beat their ass. See, we need more of that. So I'm impressed by them, and I look forward to seeing that coach take that portal by storm and build teams and actually be competitive from here on out.
Cignetti is from the Saban tree. Cignetti is built for this shit. I'm not surprised by how he coaches. One of the best runs I've ever seen. I don't think it was better than Ohio State's run from last year. I don't think it was better than Ohio State's run from 2014 because 2014's run was some shit. When Zeke went 200 3 straight games against Alabama, Oregon, and Wisconsin, and we blew Wisconsin out 59-0 to even get in the playoff, which was crazy.
And y'all did it with 2 quarterbacks, which was impressive.
It was really crazy. But we do play Indiana next year in Indiana, and it is great for the conference. But until I see the SEC change their stance on how they really are, I'm not gonna believe nothing until I see it with them. Always a piece of shit, gonna always be a piece of shit. Moves like a piece of shit, thinks like a piece of shit, and ESPN is a piece of shit too for always dick riding and coattailing. And karma's a bitch because it's 3 straight years in a row. We have not had to see these motherfuckers in one championship game. We ain't had to worry about none of that. And a shout out to Oregon. Shout out to USC. Shout out to the Up North Bums. Shout out to any team that was ranked at the end of this year from the Big Ten. Shout out to Iowa. Penn State was good years before. But, the Big Ten as a whole has became a powerhouse. We the best. Until somebody knocks us off the mountain, ain't nothing you can really say. That's why I find it blasphemy when these motherfuckers still get on TV. SEC this, Booger McFarland. The SEC ain't dead. What SEC you been watching, bro?
You know what SEC look like?
You don't even get transfers like that no more, bro.
You know who SEC look like now? The Big 12 right before we left.
It's shitty. But we'll move on. Congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers. Look forward to seeing them down the road against the Buckeyes, and I look forward to seeing this rivalry between us two become a real rivalry. Just depends on how long Cignetti stays there, because even though they paid him, money talks, and NFL money talk way more than college money talk. So we'll see. AFC Championship. Number 2 New England beat Denver 13-10 in a boring fest of Sleepy Hollow. What do we take? I'll pick Denver. The only one picked the Denver. I was this close, and the reason why I picked Denver was because exactly what I said New England was like. I don't. There's nothing that, regardless. 14-3 is 14-3. I would never take that away from them. They have won the most games on the road in 1 year. They are 9-0 on the road. That's never been done. But outside of that, yeah, they won the game. But what did y'all see that I didn't see?
Nothing really. Drake May didn't have a great game. One thing they was able to do is run the ball and run it consistent. I wouldn't say they ran it great. They had a few good runs, but honestly, Denver kind of shot themselves in the foot going for that 4th and 1 instead of the field goal in the second quarter. Then they missed 2 field goals later on. They could have won that game very easy, but shout out to the Patriots, man. They did what they had to do. They got it done, and now they're going to go get dog walked in the Super Bowl by the Seahawks.
For sure.
This game could have gone either way, like we're talking about right now. When we even talked about it, picking the game, it was. I could easily pick Denver too, and what's crazy is Denver had home field advantage, but it was really a neutral site because the weather was fucking them up also. They were missing field goals and doing crazy shit. New England was doing crazy shit. Drake May was having he was having a day where he was just running around, not really throwing the ball well. Weather was a cause behind that, but sometimes he has those games where there is no weather or not. I do believe they're going to be a sacrificial lamb in this game. I don't know what. I'm sure the line has probably already been set. We just haven't seen it yet, and I'm sure Seattle's favored in the upcoming Super Bowl. But I will say this: they haven't lost on the road, and they'll be traveling to San Francisco. So I'll just say that much because this will be more like a home game for Seattle than it is for New England because they're coming across the country. But like I said, funny things have happened. We thought that undefeated New England team would beat the shit out of the Giants, and well, we saw how that happened. I mean, and then also we saw a Seattle team lose to New England when they had the game won. So that's the part I like about football. We can pretty much think that, oh yeah, there's some shit. We got to go this way, and be like, the next day we're on the podcast, like, God damn, we weren't expecting that shit. So we've got something to look forward to, I guess.
I didn't. The leading rusher for the New England Patriots, Ty, was Drake May. So when you said they had a run, they was running. No, they wasn't. They didn't run. They didn't run.
They had a couple good runs.
I don't know. I don't know what plays you saw. You know what I saw? I saw a couple good passes he made at one point. But as far as like they running backs,
11-yard Stevenson yard run that he broke off.
I think both teams struggled to run. I mean, that was the best part. It's weird because they weren't doing a whole lot of running as far as like effective wise, but that was the best part. That was the best part. Their average runs was the best part of the game because it was so goddamn terrible. And the weather was bad.
You're so bored. This is why you was bored. New England, I told 2 times this earlier. New England is playing the backup quarterback for the Denver Broncos, and you should have won by double fucking digits, and you didn't. And you played in a stadium where the weather is like in New England. So there's no excuse why you shouldn't have played your game. But that just let me know what I knew from jump before the game was played. Like, they not that for real. They okay. They're not. You 14-3 because you had the easy ass schedule for one. You in a weak ass conference. I mean, a weak ass division. The AFC is down this year. So I mean, you made it the way you were supposed to make it. I can't knock you for making it. But when you really watch them and you really watch, because remember, I went to Cincinnati and saw him. He played better in Cincinnati, but it's the Bengals. Your defense is ass. So he was dinking and donking against y'all. He wasn't doing nothing. I would be like, ooh, he put like this. He didn't throw one ball down the field for over 20 yards. I never seen it like the whole game. So it's like, yeah.
I think you had it right the first time. The conference is weaker. The AFC is the weaker of the two.
You have no Burrow. You have no Mahomes. You have no Lamar Jackson. I mean, Josh Allen ain't got shit.
This year reminds me of the 80s Super Bowl matchups when the AFC just put a team there and they just got their ass beat every year.
Ass beat. Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of? That 83 season, the stripe shortened year where the Dolphins and the Redskins played.
Yeah.
And you had that was the year before they got Marino, and they had what was his name? Because they traded him to the Steelers. David Woodley was the quarterback. David fucking Woodley.
There's just nothing there, bro. Like he's like they're just not. Their defense is decent. I'll give them that. But it's like you was playing a backup quarterback, and he still almost beat you. The first drive alone let me know they can beat you. He throws a long ball. They come off the play action roll out. He hit him in the corner touchdown. Easy. If they kept the momentum and kicked that, if Sean Payton don't act so goddamn cocky and arrogant and kick the fucking field goal, we going to overtime. These motherfuckers can't score.
Drake May is like inconsistent because for Stephon Diggs to be their best receiver, he doesn't get the ball like he should, and then sometimes he has inconsistent moments. So they have like their inconsistencies run congruent sometimes, and I think that's what their offense looks so stagnant a lot of times.
And the sad part is they're gonna fuck around and give him MVP of the league.
Possibility.
That's the sad part. But when you watch it, you like, oh my God. All right, so we'll move on. NFC Championship, number 1 Seattle, 31. LA Rams, number 5, 27. Thank God and thank Jesus and thank everybody else. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about the Seahawks? Where do the Rams go from here?
Home. They go home.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The Rams.
They blew it 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row they blew it. Because they had a chance to possibly beat y'all at the end. They blew it there. They had a chance to win this game. They blew it here. McVay he's like the twin brother of my head coach. He goes for shit. He should have kicked that field goal when they went for it, and then and Seattle fooled them on defense. Like they could at least had a check because at the very end all they would have to do was get a field goal range, kick field goal, win the game. But instead they screwed themselves. Sometimes analytics, you should use your common sense before you go look at a play and be like, oh, this situation, I should do this. And that's why your ass gonna be at home still looking at that damn sheet for next season.
Yeah.
But Stafford's not getting any younger though, so I don't know what they're gonna do. They need to draft a guy because I hope they don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is gonna be the guy. Because he ain't getting neither one of them cats is getting younger. They gotta find a guy.
Yeah, I can agree with that. The one thing I took away from the game on that then is his arm still looks lively. I mean, he can still sling the ball in there. He ain't got a problem with the throws like Phillip Rivers and Peyton Manning and some of those guys did when they got up there in age. They got the noodle arms. I just think they rely on Matthew Stafford to go out there and be Superman too much on offense, and they kind of need to do a little bit more with the running of the ball and some stuff like that to help their defense out a little bit because the Rams defense is not terrible. It's a top 10 defense in the league, and I think the Seahawks really went out there and took it to them, man. They punched them in the face.
But the Rams could have won this game even without the mistakes they made. They still could have won this shit.
Can I be honest? First of all, their defense is top 10 by default. They got one goddamn lineman that Jared versus all you know. The little landman dude, he make a couple plays. That shit is based on the announcers that's calling the game. Dick riding. Landman's so great. He's one of the best linebackers in the league. No, he's not. He's not. He make a couple plays every other game. Jared versus the real man on the defense. The secondary is they got one player. Brian is okay. Forbes is a goddamn trash bag for sure. That's why Forbes got the last penalty of the game.
Curl sucks too.
They not that good on defense for real. You right though. They do need to run the ball more. I don't know. I think where they fucked up was if you go look at their last draft, horrible at the quarterback. Was it Stetson Bennett? We're still doing Stetson Bennett.
And he had a mental breakdown. Remember?
Jimmy Garoppolo is not the answer. You might as well just because you're basically doing a poor man's Matthew Stafford if you play him. Matthew Stafford is getting up in age. I mean, it's time. I mean, you have to draft somebody. I think what I mean when I say think about him, the window closed. Because remember, Stafford walks, McVay retired. Because remember, McVay was about to retire. McVay was done.
He was about to go from the booth.
When Donald walked out the door, McVay was going to go with him until Stafford told him, well, fuck it, I'll stay around. If you stay, I'll stay. I think that's what McVay waiting on. I think if Stafford walked, McVay walks. I'm dead ass. And then all you got is Cooper Kupp, running back. And Devontae Adams, I don't know what he gonna do.
I would say also, if they do draft a quarterback, they probably need to do somebody a little more mobile. You know what I mean? Because Stafford's a statue back here. You know,
And this ain't really the draft to do that shit because they're not going to be picking. They're picking too far back in the first round to even get a guy.
Oh well, they'll get somebody. They'll draft somebody from some school we ain't never heard of or some shit. And
First though, last though.
Yeah, and he won't be any good. And then they'll have a couple of years where they'll be so-so, and then they'll fall off, and then they'll finally get a guy 4 or 5 years from now. And but they need to definitely address that because, like you said, the guy's not getting any younger, and they probably could use some help in the interior offensive line. Also, that right guard didn't look too good tonight.
I think this was it though. These last 2 years,
yeah,
they wasn't gonna beat us anyway last year, so I wasn't worried about that. But this year alone, the top dogs in the NFC was gone. Besides the Seahawks, outside of the Seahawks, they can beat anybody else that was in this playoffs, and besides us, because we would have beat their ass too. Because we own the Rams. I ain't worried about the Rams. But you beat the Bears. Who they beat in the first round?
I don't remember.
Damn, who the fuck did they play in the first round? The Panthers. You beat the Panthers.
Oh yeah, they almost lost to them.
You see what I'm saying? You almost lost to the Panthers. You almost lost to the Bears. You went to overtime with the Bears. Then you lose to the But that's what I'm saying. Like,
remember, the Panthers beat them, and then they was about to beat them again.
I know. But the thing is, and this is what people got to realize: the Seahawks blow their ass out if Woolen's dumbass ain't on the sideline taunting. Because it was 31-20 with 4th and 12, and the Seahawks was rolling. 38-20 or 34-20 real fast. I'm just saying.
I would have had to slap him. If they'd have lost that game because of that, I would have slapped the shit out of him.
But you know why you would have really slapped the shit out of him? Because the next play you get burnt for the touchdown. You are a fucking clown for that, bro. Like real talk. Real talk.
After that,
and I think he's a free agent at the end of this season anyway.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be free agent, not getting picked up, motherfucker.
After he did that taunt, I told everybody in the room, you throw at that guy now, because now he's in his head. You throw at
easy.
What they did.
Next play, touchdown. Yep. That's crazy. So we got our matchup: New England Patriots 14-3, Seattle 15-3. Both teams now. Super Bowl, February 9th. Make sure y'all tune in. Next week, we will do our picks. We're not doing it this first week because it's too far. It's too close. We're going to talk about the game, though, this week coming up on the next show. The week after that, during the week, we'll do our pick. All right. So, first subject I want to talk about. Ohio State gets a new OC, Arthur Smith, Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator. What do we think about this pickup, 1-5?
I'm not a big fan of Arthur Smith's play calling, man. I'm just not. I think he's maybe a downgrade from where we were at last year. But then again, the guy hasn't had the weapons that Ohio State has either. So I'm going to reserve judgment for the season. I don't like the hire personally, but We'll see, man. I mean, you know, you guys didn't like Patricia last year, and Patricia turned out to be kind of a stud, put out a stud defense. So we'll see what happens, man. I mean, I'm hopefully optimistic. I just know I never liked this play calling in the NFL. I think he's like Chip Kelly, a little under Chip Kelly play calling wise.
I like him, and the reason why I like him, I'm gonna give you 2 reasons. The first reason is Brian Hartline never called a play in his life.
Yeah.
Brian Hartline learned his play calling from guys in front of him. We just took an NFL defensive coordinator, put him on our team, and was the top 2 defense the whole year. You giving me another NFL coordinator to run my offense. Mind you, the Steelers can run the ball this year. The years before, the Steelers couldn't run the ball. One of our problems we had all year was we couldn't run the ball. We got talented running backs, Bo, Isaiah West, Donaldson, James Peoples. We had some motherfuckers in the backfield, We couldn't run the ball to save our soul for real until late in the year. Bo started getting it going. But if we imagine what we would have been doing if we was running like that all year. The passing game for us, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, it's never gonna go anywhere. We're just too talented at receiver not to be able to throw the ball. But I have to be optimistic about it because he's never had no weapons. You got to remember, he was at Pittsburgh with DK Metcalf, and DK Metcalf, when DK Metcalf, he played, and Rodgers actually got him the ball, he looked pretty fucking good. And he gets the tight end involved, because Freiermuth had a good year under him. But, we'll see. 2 times what you think about our hire?
I'm gonna take a wait and see approach about that, but I you kind of beat me to what I really wanted to say about that. I think he's going to bring some serious balance to your offense. I think there's going to be games where it's going to be close with a good team, and y'all are going to be able to move the sticks and keep the ball away from the other team, so that way y'all can, close out those games that maybe, in the past y'all might have had it, slip one away, stuff like that. That's the type of stuff I feel like he's going to bring. Because you're right. Sometimes when you bring in a professional coordinator versus a collegiate one, someone that's already been in some situations that are more tight, especially in crunch time, they know what to do. They know what to look for. They know what type of defenses to manipulate so they can call the right plays so y'all can get the offense moving, especially in crucial moments. So I think that's what he's going to provide. And you're right. When you have a deep backfield of, a plethora of young running backs and your offensive line is solid, like I said, that running game is really going to open up your passing game. I expect y'all to be more explosive, and I think that that's going to help your quarterback too, since he doesn't really want to run, since he wants to do that C.J. Stroud shit in the backfield for y'all when it's 3rd and 3. He'd rather just throw an incomplete pass versus just dive 4 yards for a fucking first down when the defense is begging him to run out the pocket. So I think that's going to help improve him. I think he's going to have a better maturation process and understanding the offense even more, having more fluidity when it comes to calling the plays. This can only be good because, like I said, the track record speaks for itself. When y'all have gone this route, you've gotten great results. So, like I said, we'll wait and see. But from what I've noticed, I think it will actually be a good thing. So it can't. It can't hurt.
You got to remember when Warren was with what's your boy used to play for Alabama running back?
Najee.
Najee and him was together. Smith wasn't an offensive coordinator, and they couldn't run the ball for shit. As soon as Arthur Smith comes, they get rid of Najee. It's Warren and Gainwell from Philly. We gave them Gainwell. He signed with them, and the running game looks like, oh shit, Pittsburgh can run the ball. That's why Pittsburgh was in the playoffs, because even though Rodgers didn't have to have great games every game because Pittsburgh could run the ball this year, which was surprising. And that was our problem last year. Remember, the whole argument about our team at the beginning of the year was Ohio State can't run the ball. They could throw the ball all over the damn field. 3 yards, 4 yards, we punting. We can't run the ball. Then we finally started realizing Bo Jackson is the runner. But then as the year later in the year come, you get into playoff time, you need a duo back. You need to be able to lean on a motherfucker. We still was running Bo. Then we bring in Donaldson, we bring him in too late. Arthur Smith to me is what Matt Patricia was for you. You said Matt Patricia going to be a good coordinator. I said, I don't know. I just said Arthur Smith going to be a good coordinator. You said, I don't know. But the way I look at it is the same way you was looking at it. Professionalism in NFL, to me, for a team that's putting NFL players in the NFL, these college players, they need this shit to me. Because it's going to bring them structure in the offense, too. It's not going to be all over the fucking place. That's what I believe. All right. Mike McCarthy, Steelers' new head coach, 2 times. How do we feel about this hire?
Okay, so now we're going to the opposite end of how we feel about what we just talked about here. The recycled head coaches, it's got to stop. I'm not saying that McCarthy is a horrible – that's not the worst higher in the world. But Pittsburgh, for you to actually in the last 56 years only have three head coaches, I'm going to trust the fact that you know what you're doing. Just because, like I said, in the NFL, there's some teams that, like the Browns, only have been back as an expansion franchise since 1999. Think of how many head coaches they had. So they're definitely not getting it right. So maybe Pittsburgh knows something that we don't. Because, like I said, you replace a guy that never had a losing record. You've been to the Super Bowl. At one point was going there regularly or playing for it. So maybe they just felt like they wanted to go a different route because each time they hired a head coach, it was their first time coaching versus this is a retread, which is totally unprecedented for their movement. So they might have something up there under their sleeve that maybe we don't know. I find it kind of funny that you bring in Aaron Rodgers, old head coach. So does this mean that Aaron Rodgers sticks around for another year? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm gonna take a wait and see approach in this one too. I'm not really a whole big fan of the pick, but like I said, the Steelers have a track record of knowing what to do when it comes to replacing their head coach when they have to do it. They don't do it often, but they were 3-0 when they did it.
1-5, how do you feel?
Okay, so Mike Tomlin and Mike McCarthy's been in the league around about the same amount of time as head coach. Mike Tomlin's win-loss record's 193 wins, 114 losses. Mike McCarthy's 185 wins, 123 losses. You basically just took a slight step below, maybe win-loss wise. I think Mike McCarthy got this job because of his family's stature in the city of Pittsburgh. His brother or cousin or something like that was the mayor of Pittsburgh at one point in time. He's from Pittsburgh. He's a Pittsburgh guy. I think that's why they brought him in. He's real familiar with the city. I think they just brought him in. I don't know if he's going to be the forever coach there. But think about his ride as an NFL head coach, man. He's coached three teams, right? The Packers, the Cowboys, the Steelers, three of the most storied franchises in the NFL. And I mean, let's be honest. When he was in Dallas, Dallas was a shit show, and he made them kind of relevant. He did a decent job with that Dallas team. I just don't see it being better than what Tomlin was doing with the Steelers. I think it's going to be about the same.
Check this out. I hear what both of y'all saying. I don't disagree with neither one of y'all. Y'all both got great points about this situation. But there's two things in this y'all leaving out. Mike Tomlin is what? Defensive coach, right? What has the Steelers been known for 30, 40 years of our life?
Defense.
Says Chuck Noll, defense.
Defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
McCarthy is what kind of coach?
He's an offensive coach.
So, at the point where if you look at the Steelers, defense is always good. Even if it's not great, it's good enough. It bends, it doesn't break. Sometimes it do, but a lot of times it don't. They always get a lot of names on that team to play defense. Now they're getting a little older, so they're gonna have to revamp some shit in that secondary, of course. But the front seven ain't bad. They got Jack Sawyer's a problem. TJ Watt's a problem. Highsmith is definitely a problem. So they got a nice little front seven. They got Patrick Queen at linebacker. If they get the secondary together, they'd be all right. But then this is the other point I'm making. Mike McCarthy was known for quarterbacks, right? Two times said, well, Aaron Rodgers is there, but I'm already hearing Aaron Rodgers ain't coming back.
Yeah.
They don't want Aaron Rodgers. Will Howard is the man now. But check this out. Will Howard's body frame and body type remind you of that Mike McCarthy just coached?
Dak? Yeah.
6'4", 6'3"-ish, 200 plus. He can see the field. The offense going to be really simple for him. McCarthy's going to go draft some receivers. He's going to get some players. I mean, the thing about Mike Tomlin will always be known as one of the Steelers' greatest coaches they've ever had because they've only had 3. He's won the Super Bowl. But Mike Tomlin's problem is he's never really had an explosive offense since he had Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger made players want to come play because he was 6'4", 6'5", 250. He could see the field. He had a cannon. Yeah, he make a lot of bonehead plays when he want to scramble and shit. But that was later in his career. But the early Roethlisberger was a bad motherfucker. Let's just call it what it was. But remember, he had good Santonio Holmes. I mean, he had speedsters. He had motherfuckers that could really play the game. I think the Steelers are trying to do it different. They're trying to approach it different now because they know we've always had a defensive coach. It's time to let's flip it because this is what we always complain about with the Steelers. Their offense has been ass for the last 10 years for real. I mean ass. So I won't say it's a great hire. I won't say it's a horrible hire. It is a step lower than when they were, but it's also kind of a lateral move to me because they're both great at what they do. Yeah. Offensive, he was good at defensive, but they both don't never get over the hump anymore. So, I mean, it's kind of like they play. I look at it like this: they played it safe. It's safe. It's safe.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the offense been ass for 10 years. Ever since Antonio Brown left, it's been shit.
I mean that's what I mean. Like, but it feels like 10 years.
Yeah.
When the last time they won a significant game? You know what I'm saying? In the playoffs.
10 years.
Like, he might have a good record as a coach. He might always have a winning record. But when they get to the playoffs, they first round and done. Like, shit, you ain't. All right. So, Jonathan Gannon is the new DC for the Packers. My old DC. Also the old head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Do y'all think that's a good move for them?
Yeah. Sellified move.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does. He's not a head coach. He's a coordinator.
Yeah, he is. I think that's a good move for them. But I think the Packers, if the Packers don't show up that secondary, it ain't gonna matter who the DC is. Because they front seven is decent, but they secondary is pampered. It's pampered for real.
Before we move on, I think that Romeo Doubs will end up in Pittsburgh.
Because I can see that. Because I think Romeo Doubs could really be a slick number one for real. Because he makes plays like a motherfucker. How do we feel about Bobby Slowick moving over his organization to become the OC now, like he was when he was in the Texans uniform, when he worked for the Texans? Do we think Bobby Slowick is the right move for the Dolphins? But we also don't know who the fuck the quarterback gonna be. So I don't, because I'm not. If I'm them, I'm done with Tua. The Tua run is over.
You got to be done with him.
Yeah.
The boy from Texas. You got to go with him.
From what I've been hearing, Tyreek Hill and Tua's out the door. And they don't even know if Tyreek Hill's going to come back and play because he was talking about retirement, especially the way he tore up his knee. And if he comes back slower than what he was when he left, he's done. He's done. Because that was his bread and butter right there. And I got a lot of familiarity with Slowick because he came from the Shanahan tree. And I think that's going to be okay. But like we just said, if you don't know who your quarterback is, it don't matter. And this just really ain't the year, unless there's some quarterback that just been hiding in the bushes like Homer Simpson. Who the fuck are you going to draft outside of Mendoza? Who you going to get? You're going to have to go get a retread or somebody sitting on the bench we just never thought about.
Yeah, you're going to have to go get somebody's backup. That's what you're going to have to do in Miami.
If they go to Kirk Cousins, I'm just going to ignore Miami.
I think the hire for Miami was kind of like, we know this ain't going to be the year for whoever we hire, and we don't want to set up our next,
Well, that's why they picked OC first.
Yeah.
You notice they ain't got no head coach.
Yeah, we don't
see just so the head coach would be like, well, Bobby Slowick, he calls a good offense.
Yeah.
Me personally, if I was the Houston Texans, I would have went back and threw him that bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's when CJ Stroud had his best year under Bobby.
But you know what's so funny? The Slowick thing. You know what that makes me believe? Somebody probably like Clint Kubiak from Seattle is going to end up being the head coach in Miami because He
I can see
also
that.
he has familiarity. He has a familiarity with Mike McDaniel. It's funny because just like we talked about a little while ago, it's almost going to probably be a lateral move. They go that route because same type of scheme, same everything. It's like you're not really leaving anything. You're just replacing the main guy that does what you were doing, and you're replacing with a lateral move. But like I said, when you do stuff like that, you already have a guy in mind, but you're just waiting. You're playing a waiting game now.
You've already had talks with somebody's agent and asked who they would want in play so that you could go out and make that hire while you're waiting on them. So I think you're probably right 2 times. I think it may be Kubiak. It's definitely somebody coaching right now, and it's definitely Seahawks.
It's like buying some car speakers and you don't have a fucking car yet.
Right, because no
I
team
can see that.
can hire an offensive coordinator before a head coach.
Yeah, without the head coach. That's what I was like. They know something we don't know.
Yeah,
because most head coaches want to bring their guy in. So you're basically saying either we're waiting on somebody or you're telling, well, whoever comes in here, you got to do what Bobby Slowick. Like, what?
Yeah. How do we feel about let me put this out there first. Phillip Rivers just got an interview to be the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. How do we feel about if he was to get chose, or if he just the fact that they interviewed him? How do y'all feel about him taking that position?
Honestly, I think that if they were smart, they would hire him as the quarterback coach, not the head coach, because they need somebody up there to mentor Josh Allen. They need somebody up there to calm him down and teach him how to pocket pass and hit his receivers and stuff like that. So I see why they brought Phillip Rivers up there, but Phillip Rivers don't have the resume as a coach yet to go up there and coach an NFL team. He's got the pedigree as a player, but Jeff Saturday did too as a player, and look how that went with the Colts. So I think they would have been smart to bring him up there as a quarterback coach, not the head coach, maybe give him that job. But that would be on whoever you hire as the head coach, and maybe they just don't think whoever they hire as a head coach will hire a good quarterback coach. Maybe they think that's the route they need to go, hire an ex-quarterback, come in there and mentor that kid. I don't know. But that's the route I would have went. I would have tried to hire him as a quarterback coach first and then let him work his way up to a head coach.
2 times what you think?
I think they're just doing their due diligence to see where he's at because they are when he came back and just a little bit of stuff that he did for the Colts, his name had been circling around that a lot of teams were interested to possibly see, kick the tires on him and see what his interest is when it comes to coaching and where he's at because he had been coaching his son's high school football team. But I will say this. We don't know what Buffalo might do because according to some of these general managers, all you really need is 100 hours of minimum play on Madden to actually be a coach. Because if Jeff Saturday and anybody else if we go apply online, we could probably get an interview. As long as we got some throw plays, we probably get the job. But it's all seriousness. You never know. He might actually be a guy that could do something. I wouldn't put it down because he seems like a really good dude. People know him around the league. He's well respected. You know what I mean? And just like we talk about for the college game, you could bring him in and he'd almost be like a CEO. You bring in coordinators and he just learns on the job how to do it at the professional level. It's not like he's a bum. He does know the game and he was around the game for 20 some years. So, I mean, shit, at this point, they got to do something.
I believe that I know why he got the look because he coached his son's high school team. They won 3 championships in a row. He's really good at coaching. He teaches really well. Me personally, I would have brought him in as offensive coordinator. That's just me.
Right.
Because he could have mentored him even better, being right next to him and telling him what to do as far as this is what I really see. See, the thing about quarterback coaches, and I don't disagree with you 1-5 about that either. Either one would be cool, but offensive coordinator would be even better because he'd be hands-on with him even more. But I would have liked it because I don't like the recycle coach shit that's going on anyway.
Right.
And I think what these NFL teams are doing, like the franchise that's storied, that's playing this safe-ass role, like McCarthy at Steelers was a safe pick. But if you look at the success around the NFL for real, most of the teams that's winning right now, like look at the playoffs. A lot of the coaches are younger, besides Sean Payton and besides Vrabel. They've been there for a while. But Mike McDonald is not old. Sean McVay is not old. Johnson in Chicago, he's an older guy, but he's young when it comes to coaching, head coach. Like
He's a new one. He's a newbie.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The Texans head coach, he's young. That's what this league is. So and if you ever notice, they keep revamping these old fucks to coach, and they're getting the same results they was getting when they was at the other franchise. So I really don't. I don't know. I just don't see. I can see Phillip Rivers getting the OC job. Head coach is kind of it's a big.
That's a bit much.
Big. I don't know about that, but I'm not against it. But I'm not. I'm gonna say I'm not against it, but I'm not really for it either. I'm gonna just say I'm like even kill on it. All right. So my next question for the guys is Fernando Mendoza number 1 pick worthy?
At this point, probably.
Man.
At this point, I mean, the draft class for for quarterback this year is so weak, it's almost by default. And then the one weird thing about the NFL that I've never understood for the life of me, they take that NFL combine and they go off of numbers that just because you run fast or do this drill better or whatever, or this weird ass test you make me take, or these questions, these weird, strange, evasive questions that you ask me in their interviews, they take that shit to heart and fuck around and draft the wrong people all day long, every single year. So the Raiders, they're in a state right now. Name the last good quarterback they had. Like we gotta think about it. I don't want to say Gannon because he was recycled. He was a recycled guy that threw the ball 2 yards 100 times a game. They haven't had a really good quarterback in a really long time. We probably got to go back to Kenny Stabler. You know what I mean? And to say something before me and you were both born about a position for a team that has a storied past and to be so able to find their next franchise quarterback, because let's just be honest, that Geno Smith shit was trash. I don't know what the fuck they was thinking. I don't know. Maybe they just felt like they had a plan and then they had to abandon it after they saw how bad the shit was. But I think Mendoza could do well there. Just I don't know about putting him on a team as bad as the Raiders are. I think he needs to be drafted somewhere where he could probably be one of the last few pieces and probably do like a Drake May, where like maybe not this year, coming into this year, his rookie year, but maybe a year or two from now, they pull off a situation where now they're in the Super Bowl or playing for it. But I feel like he's going to be the number 1 pick, and they're going to ruin his life.
1-5, what do you think?
I think that they're going to draft him 1, and it basically the only reason he's the number 1 pick is because of team need. If it was a different team, I don't think they draft him. I think the Raiders need a face so bad they can't see straight. And that's, it's more of a desperation pick on their end. I mean, he says all the right things. He does the right things off the field, as far as we know. He just seems like a solid guy that kind of reminds me of Tim Tebow a little bit coming out of college, as far as, the clean cut, Jesus loving type of thing. And I think that they like that. And, I mean, if it's me and I'm running the Raiders, I'm drafting other stuff first, and I'm going to try to have a team set up before I take a quarterback. I'll go through a few more lean years to make sure that when I do draft a quarterback, he's successful. But I don't know if they feel like they got. I think they feel like they got a team that can compete.
So this is my question. You said you would draft everything else but a quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I look around the league, who could they get?
What? Went quiet on me.
I said if we look around the league, who can they get?
For a quarterback? You just get Smith.
Nah.
I ain't saying
I would go Kirk Cousins before I would go back to Smith. I can't do the Smith shit no more.
Geno Smith is ass.
He was never good.
That shit is done.
You don't want to win. You want to win to a certain extent. But
I would go get Malik Willis.
You want to get lower draft picks so you can build that team up. So when you do take a quarterback next year, you can get a good quarterback.
Trade out of that pick, go sign Malik Willis, go get a quarterback next year, or draft some guys late day 2, day 3 that can you can try to develop. But go at least Malik Willis has shown enough to say, hey, he can be a game manager, get some weapons around him. You got $27 billion in cap space because you're not paying anybody but Max Crosby.
But remember what you're saying. Remember this stuff. Remember this. Just listen to what I'm saying with this stuff. Play callers make players look better than they are. Who did Malik Willis play for before he went to the Packers?
Oh, he was down there in Tennessee. They were running in his life there. They never really gave him a chance. They gave up on him quick.
When they gave him a chance, what did you see? Floor is a great play caller. Am I wrong? Please tell me I'm wrong. Okay. So if I put you in, it's the same shit like your boy in Minnesota. If I put you in the right position, I can make you look better than you are. So if I send Malik Willis to the Raiders with nothing, if you don't get in the right OC, the right head coach, what's the difference between him going and Mendoza going?
No, I agree. I just threw that out. I just threw that out that they weren't going to if they weren't going to draft Mendoza, then go get Malik. I would personally go get Malik Willis.
They're getting Mendoza.
Yeah.
It's a sure lock. But that's why I'm still saying, why would you go get Malik Willis? Because you don't know what Malik Willis is without a great offensive coordinator. You don't know. Because he's never been nothing without that. When he was with LaFleur makes you look great. Look,
have the Raiders got a head coach yet?
Hell no. They ain't got nothing.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. We're about to go there next. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I was about to get to when you just asked. NFL jobs still available. Buffalo Bills, Cardinals, Las Vegas Raiders, Browns. Jesse Minter just went to the Ravens.
Yeah.
What job is the most looking job? And who should they hire at that job? 1-5. Which job is Buffalo, Arizona, Vegas?
What was the last one?
Yeah, you going in and out, bro.
Buffalo, Arizona, Vegas, Cleveland.
Oh.
I can't even hear him.
Cleveland was the last one.
I don't know why you can't hear me.
Because it keep going out when you say them.
Quiet when you're saying the teams, so we couldn't hear the teams. I would say the best job out of those right now, just because we got an established quarterback, is Buffalo. I mean, that would be the best job for me. I mean,
but who should they hire?
Honestly, I think you got to go into college and rep somebody away from a college team. I mean, honestly, if I'm them, I'm going to throw a dump truck at Oregon's head coach. Come in.
1-5. I mean, 2 times. Who you think? Buffalo.
Who they should get as a head coach?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Saying that Mike Tomlin's more than likely going to sit out a year, we can't even add him. He said he's definitely probably going to take a break, so he's not even putting himself in consideration.
And you can't give that answer. You know why? You just said you don't like when we keep replaying these motherfuckers.
Oh, I don't like it. I'm just talking about.
No, they don't say Mike Tomlin.
Well, I wasn't going to say Mike Tomlin. I just said that because I said you can't throw him out there. You can't throw him out there because he said he's taking a break.
Mike Tomlin. He ain't even in discussion.
I would personally probably look at the top 5 offenses in the league and see if I could steal one of their offensive coordinators personally. So I'm looking at Clint Kubiak. I'm looking at my offensive coordinator, the other brother Kubiak. Situations like that. I don't know about college, because the percentages of going to go do that are low success-wise. Because other than Jimmy Johnson, it's very hard to come in unless you got a Herschel Walker to trade to get all the picks to build a team. So, and I wouldn't even say Buffalo. I'm more intrigued with Cleveland because of Shedeur Sanders.
Me too.
You got a defense that was just, it felt like they just was just tired of Stefanski. You know what I mean?
But you know what? They might give that job to Jim Schwartz.
They should. I would like them to do that.
I would give it to him because they need to be built different. They're built defensively anyway. He needs to stay where he is, and he needs to hire one of them top OCs like Clint Kubiak, like one of them. And then let Shedeur get a whole fucking year, and you'll see a whole different team. But you have to go draft some receivers. They have no.
Jerry Jeudy is not it.
And Njoku is a free agent. You gotta hope you could bring him back because he gonna want that bag now.
Now they got that boy from Bowling Green that was balling out. They got a tight end.
I know you're talking about, but remember,
you know what I would do?
Remember, but this league is 2 tight ends now. A lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
these teams got 2 tight ends that's good.
Oh yeah, but you know what I would do? I would go bring in Mike Evans, even though he's old. You need an established wide receiver to help Shedeur and still draft. So I would bring in a vet. He would definitely be the first vet I would go get because Tampa Bay's not going to pay him because they just paid Chris Godwin.
Well, they're not going to pay him because they just paid him a year ago anyway to keep him.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like he's getting older.
And they just paid Baker, and then Mike Evans keep getting hurt, but Godwin keeps getting hurt. That's why I was surprised that Godwin actually gets hurt more than Mike Evans.
Yeah. But the fact that Mike Evans is much older, you know how they do older wide receivers for some reason. But yeah, I would do something like that. Still draft some receivers, fix that line a little bit, and keep Jim Schwartz. That was the most intriguing situation in my mind because Buffalo.
If I was a coach, I was Denver. I would go get Mike Evans. Denver ain't got no real number 2. They got a number 1, but they number 2. Mims is good. Mims is okay.
He's a special teams guy.
He is. Mike Evans will be way better with them boys.
Yeah. I can see him doing that, either that or Kansas City. I can see Kansas City or Denver getting them.
I can even see Buffalo getting Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Shit. What do we think about Arizona? I mean, what?
That's where we should send all our trash. So if you got any trash in your kitchen or your car, put it in a bag and send it to Arizona.
Do we think this is Kyler Murray's last year?
No.
I think
because
I don't think he comes back as the starter next year. I think they either try to move off of him or they bring him back and set him.
Well, it depends on what the head coach that they bring in wants to do. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The dead cap money is that used to be a thing. So I can see that's not the excuse why I would do that. But I'm thinking any head coach that comes in, if they can't really look around and see their guy, especially in college, they're going to look at Kyler and be like, I'm going to give your ass one more year. And if you can't stay healthy or you can't study the book and you can't stay out them stupid ass video games, I'm going to get you the fuck up out of here because I ain't going to lose my job over you. So I think that's why he's probably going to get one more year depending on which coach comes in there. But, I mean, it's a 50-50 shot.
Not only that, Arizona is going to get a brand new head coach. They're not going to get a retread head coach. They're not going to.
They should.
Head coach. They're going to have to get somebody, unless they're going to pay them back up the Brinks truck to get them because nobody wants to coach there. It's just like my Cincinnati Bengals. Nobody wants to coach.
And the big wheels are cheap, just like your owner too.
Right. So, yeah, that's why I got better talent than the other teams on offense.
Oh, they got a lot of young talent. It's just they couldn't put that shit together, and they was all hurt. They would have they were hurt more than my team was. It was us, Arizona, and somebody else. and neither one of them make the playoffs. We were the only team out of that 3 that did. So it's like if they can stay healthy, because I like the Will Johnson kid. I like the kid they brought, the defensive end they got in the draft too. They had some young guys already there. I like the Michael Wilson kid. So they have weapons. I like your guy, wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. So they got guys there. They just need somebody to come in and put that shit together and add a couple of pieces.
That's just it. I mean, everybody's looking at that job and they're like, we got to play San Francisco, the Rams, and the Seahawks twice a year. Why do I want to go there with young talent, with the functional ownership, and mess with them? That's the least desirable.
Seriously unreasonable ownership.
Right. That's
all
the
right.
least desirable.
So we're going to switch scenes. We're going to let you take over 2 times with this next subject, and then we're going to get into our side notes and get the fuck out of here on a snowy Sunday. This is funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead, 2 times. You got the flow. Go ahead.
So what I want us to do in this particular situation, I want us to grade our teams since they're all officially, well, they've been eliminated from the playoffs. And I want to know how you feel how the season went for them and what you do to improve them for next off season. So whoever wants to go first can go first.
Go ahead, 1-5. You got it.
I give my team a D+. A D+. It could have been a lot worse. But they need everything on defense, and they need an
he had to give him the plus, though.
He said, "Fuck a C-, they get a D+."
Really, it was a D-. I was that kid that put the plus on there when I went home.
I thought he was gonna say F-. I was about to cry.
Yeah. But they definitely solid D. But they need a lot. My team needs a lot on offense. They need, on the offensive line, they need help. They've tried. I will give them that. They have tried to put people on the offensive line. They just ain't worked out. I think it has something to do with play calling. They're not helping them out any with some of the plays that they're calling. And some of the formations they use. But they definitely need a lot of help on defense. They need edge rushers. They need defensive tackles. They need linebackers. They need defensive backs. They need everything over there. So we need a lot. We're some years off. Burrow only so much.
Feel that. I would give us a B-. Not really a bad year, just too much media bullshit trying to attack my squad and bring my squad down. It's really irritating. It gets old. It's almost like they don't want to see us prosper when we prospered already. And I don't know why. I guess it's because we don't play the football that they like, and we don't ass kiss like the rest of the organizations do or whatever. I don't know. But we need I need another guard. I need another tackle. For sure for Lane Johnson, because Lane Johnson's on his way out. I don't really need any D-tack. My front 7 is pretty cool. I'm gonna need another linebacker because Nakobe Dean is about to be a free agent. I need corners. I need 2 backup corners. I got a safety, Makub. I need another safety. Running back is cool. Receivers is cool. Leave A.J. Brown the fuck alone. Please leave him the fuck alone. He is not a problem. Leave the fucking ball. And I need a great OC. That's all I need. OC, defensive coordinator's cool. I love Fangio. We good on that end. Quarterback's good. Running back good. 2 good receivers. Re-signed Dallas Goedert because he's a free agent too. He had a hell of a year. But outside of that, I give us a B-.
That's good. Well, last but not least, I give us a C+. And I'm giving us a C+ for a couple of reasons. One, I don't like how the Brandon Ayuk situation ended. I don't like how they was handling the injury situation.
That is some dumbass shit, boy.
And we still don't know. They look. My head coach came. They came. I have never. Normally when a situation's up in there with a player, when the press conference comes, they ask questions. Normally they be like, "Ah, well, we'll see it." Man, John put up his
he said he played his last game.
Snap.
But this is the thing: when you say he played his last game, and he was your best receiver when he went out, man, y'all got problems, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all
so
got problems.
and then they said and then for Kyle Shanahan to say, well, look, I tried to call him to talk to him. He won't return the phone calls. He's not talking to anybody on the team. He's driving by the fucking stadium doing 90 in a brand new car, posting weird shit on the internet. I try to stick up for him. I don't really know. Like I said, I wish him the best of luck. I just know he's no longer going to be a 49er. So I didn't like how that shit ended. And I almost feel like the 49ers got a little blood on their hands on that one, but we'll probably never find out what really happened unless Brandon Ayuk starts talking and he ain't saying shit. And like I said, we need to fix the injury situation. Christian McCaffrey touched the ball 500 times, man. He's about to. You got to find a backup running back. You can't let your running back should touch the ball 500 times, man. 500 times.
Hey man,
so,
your coach think he is fucking Terminator, bro. Like,
bro, him and his daddy know how to run running backs into the ground. Like, if you're a running back and you go to San Francisco, your name should be Brad Nail because your ass is going into the ground. So they need to find another guy to heir apparent or a guy to compliment him to take away some of them touches. We need to find some receivers.
Robinson.
He's a free agent. He's a free agent. But I didn't say he was. But the problem with it was he can get a whole bunch of touches because Kyle Shanahan has this weird thing with his running backs. If you don't pick up his system quick enough, he doesn't try to play you unless he has to play you. That's why Jordan Mason took so long to actually get the touches he got. And by the time he got them, it was time to get him. It was time for him to go because they had to pay him. So we need more receivers. Huh?
You ain't gonna never win a Super Bowl with Kyle.
Probably not. Probably not. That's why you think I be posting all this cryptic stuff under my name, but. We need more receivers because Jawan Jennings is a free agent. He's probably going to want something north of $22 million. We need more help with the offensive line because Trent Williams, he's 38. He said he's coming back next year, but he's not getting any younger. We probably going to need to trade Mac Jones to get some more picks because let's be honest with you, we don't want to lose him for nothing, but you can also keep him. He leave in free agency and we'll still get that same pick comp-wise if he signs a contract. So either way, we can get about a third or fourth round pick with him one way or another. We need help on the defensive line. We just need motherfuckers to stay out the urgent care, really. So it's like I'm kind of in the same situation as 1-5. We overachieved with an easy record and did some shit that I was not expecting to do, which was playing for the fucking number one seed, only get our face knocked the fuck off. But I can't say our Super Bowl window closed, but I can't say it's open either. We just need a lot of stuff, and they need to figure out if that power plant next to our goddamn practice field is really fucking up our players or not, because it went from the team not even entertaining that idea to my general manager saying, yeah, we're about to look into that to see if that's actually something. Well, you need to look into everything because Band-Aids, Tussin, apple cider vinegar, whatever the fuck keeps these motherfuckers healthy, go get that shit, please.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. The fact that I'm looking at how the season went this year, I don't know if anybody's window is ever closed now.
Yeah,
because motherfuckers got hurt so much and fucked up so bad. Anybody can go to the Super Bowl now, bro.
It's because it's 17 games, man. That's a lot of games for the NFL to be playing, man. Yeah. I remember I said before they went to 17 games, they should go back down to 14, how they used to play back in the 70s. And just expand the playoffs, man. I would rather do that because you're not. These guys are one play away from not playing again, and you're putting a whole lot of pressure on their bodies. And yeah, you're paying them a lot of money. But what good is a running back or your best player if he's sitting over there in the best velour suit money can buy on the sideline watching the rest of the teams play? When his backup's in the game and he's over there standing next to the coach, tell me what value he fucking has. So take 3 of those games and then preseason and get them the fuck out of there.
Yeah, they should do that. All right, so we gave our grades. Why don't y'all let us know y'all grades for y'all's teams, man. Like, share, comment, fuck with the boys. We own God podcast all day long. We about to get into these side notes. 2 times was last week. 1-5, what's your side note tonight?
Man, I'm gonna steal a little bit of James Thunder here. I'm gonna go R.I.P. Kevin Johnson. He was killed at
basketball player Kevin Johnson?
Yeah. Yeah, the point guard for the Phoenix Suns.
The mayor of Sacramento.
Yeah, he got killed in a homeless thing out there this week.
No, wait a minute. That's the lineman for the Eagles.
Yeah, you talking about the lineman for the Eagles, bro? The homeless guy.
Yeah, he played for the Eagles.
Yeah, that ain't Kevin Johnson, the basketball player.
Hey, man, I was bugging. I was about to be like, man, for real?
Yeah, they must have messed up and had his.
Yeah. Kevin Johnson.
Oh, yeah, they've done that before.
Yeah, Kevin Johnson, the D lineman for the Eagles, died.
Yeah.
They play not the R.I.P. Kevin Johnson, but they put
his face on. They put the wrong face on there.
I'm like, cause bro, I'm like, hold on, like,
hey, I was tripping. Like, damn, two Kevin Johnsons that died the same.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, man. I was like,
I seen that. We seen it.
We was talking. Yeah, we was talking about that already.
Yeah, he was homeless.
Crazy though that he was killed.
Yeah.
Homeless and
the league just throws you away, man. They throw you away.
God, prayers for him and his family.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a bad man.
Yeah, it is. 2 times. What is your side note today?
Well, I got some birthdays for y'all. So happy birthday to Hall of Famer Carl Eller, former defensive end for the Purple Peak Leaders, the Minnesota Vikings. He's 84 today. State, Mark Schlereth, he's 60 today. Okay. Former lineman for the Denver Broncos. My best linebacker ever, Patrick Willis, he's 41 today. Hall of Famer. 41, man. You know what I mean? Here's a name that you haven't heard in a while. The late, great Lou Groza. He would have been 101 today. It was his birthday. 101. Lou the Toe.
Lou Groza Award.
Yeah. Used to be kicking for the Browns. So Don Maynard, Hall of Fame wide receiver for the Jets. Happy heavenly birthday. He would have been 91. And then finally, one of my personal favorites, because I'm a Red Wings fan, Chris Chelios. He's 64 today.
Happy birthday to all you legends and all you legends that's deceased. Happy birthday to you even more. Happy heavenly birthday to y'all from the On God Podcast for sure. My side note is very simple, very sweet. Short and sweet and simple. If you are on the roads, get your ass off the road. If you think that you can drive in this weather over 13 plus inches, sit your ass in the house. We made history again. This is not the top one. This is in the top 4. It's in the top 5, but it's number 4. The one we had forgot about was 2004.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was a bitch.
But
the worst one was in 1910. Everybody think it was the 78 one, but it wasn't. It's 1910. I seen it today on the news.
Because nobody around to see that shit.
Right. My great grandma was.
Yeah.
Everybody just stay in the house, man. We are at a level 3. They shut down our whole city for real. My lady is out at work, but she had to get an Uber to her job. I didn't want her to go, but one thing about her, me and her, that's one thing we got in common. That bag is that bag. We want that bag. So, you know, I love my baby, so I don't want nothing to happen to her. But like
1-5, you off tomorrow too?
Don't know yet. My wife's got to work. She's in the nursing.
Damn.
They're gonna make her go in. So she's got to get there one way or another. So we'll see. That Camaro don't do so good in snow.
It really doesn't.
So we may have to drop her off and pick her up tomorrow or something like that. So if I don't work, she's got to work one way or the other. So
damn.
Yeah. Shout
out to all the nurses out there, y'all. Hey, y'all some troopers. Because if you had to depend on me, you'd be a dead motherfucker.
Yep. For sure. Yeah, I was telling news earlier. I saw on channel.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
My girl was just calling.
Go
ahead, I'm listening.
I was saying I was talking to news earlier today, and I was telling him I was watching the news, and a lady was going to work. That was a nurse, and she got stuck in her husband was driving her and got stuck 10 times on the way to work, and then they got stuck right in front of the news crew that was sitting there doing a story about how shitty the roads was. So she ended up having to walk the rest of the way to work, which was about 2 football fields away from where they were at. and they had to dig him out and let the news crew had to help him get situated to get back home. So yeah,
sit your ass down.
Sit down.
And sit your ass down too.
All right, so like, share, comment. Y'all stay off the roads, man. Y'all stay prayed up. If you down to go get your money tomorrow, please drive safely. Please take your time. Please let your company or whoever you work for know that you own your time. God is the reason why you here. They are not the reason why you here, and that's on God. I don't bullshit this. But like I say every time I do this, everything we do it on God. Everything I do it on God. I do with these two crazy motherfuckers. We do it on God. Young Money, Bad News. Co-CEO of the Star Money Click. No More Rap in the World. BMC for Life. Legendary, the album is coming very soon. 1-5. Other co-CEO of the Star Money Click. No one producer in the world. Punishment Vodka sponsors every show we do. Mountaintop is streaming right now. Go check it out. Jimmy two times, brother from another mother. He was definitely wrong about Sam Darnold. I told his ass. Oklahoma Sooners, Miami Heat, 49ers. What we doing? We out. Y'all stay prayed up.
Assalamu alaikum, baby.
Star money draped in gold, we sipping on success. Diamonds make moves, icy wrists stay fresh. Dating lights flicker, shadows of the best. Click rolling deep, never failing, no test. I'm the man, star money's glow. Diamonds dance, watch them show. Click together, never solo. Ohio's finest, let them know. OVO nights,